Hi everyone, and welcome to today's live with Stamp with Angela. I'm Angela Palmer, and I'm excited to be here with you today to share some new ideas and inspiration for you. Going to share some ideas for some quick and easy Christmas cards using some wonderful product from the mini catalog. So thank you for being here. Do let me know if where you're from. Appreciate you joining me, and hopefully you can hear and see me okay. Last week we had issues with this camera not working, and today it seems to be, which is good. It also didn't go to Facebook, but it looks like from my end that we are going to Facebook and YouTube today, so that's great. So I appreciate you being here. So these weekly lives are a way that I can share some ideas with you, whether you're local, scattered around New Zealand, or even overseas, and inspire you and help you with your paper crafting, whether you're beginner or experienced. Hopefully you'll get some new ideas and things. Sometimes we want a quick, easy card to make. Sometimes we want things that are a little bit more involved and that kind of thing. So you can, hopefully you'll learn some things and be inspired. So if you are watching live, feel free to comment and things. And also if you are watching the recording too, you can leave comments and I'll check them out later. So Linda Elizabeth, great. Lovely to have you here live today. Appreciate you joining me. And we will get started and I will show you what we're going to look at today. All right, switching cameras. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is, they're called the Christmas Tags and More 6x6 Mix and Match Specialty Designer Series paper. Now that's a very long name for something, but it is a very cool product. So let me show you. So obviously it's a Christmas theme. It's tags and more. So I'll show you what they mean by the tags thing. And then it's mix and match. So you can, mix it all up, make it work. And obviously it's a 6x6. I'm just going to move that one out the way. So tags and more. So let me show you this one here first. So this, we've got an extra bit there. This here is one sheet of, what do you call it? 6x6, and you'll see here there's 6 different designs. So you can get your trimmer and cut it out, and then they would make great tags. And I'll show you some more about tags later. So you get multiples of one sheet. So can you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sure there's 8 of each, if I remember correctly. So that is one of the designs. So that you can put them on a card, but they're also great for tags. And I'll show you the other side. So that could be Christmas or non-Christmas. Okay. Then we've got some designs like this, and you'll think, what? Why is it like that? Because, I don't know if you want it that way or side. This is a great size for a card. Now we just need to trim it slightly to make it fit our cards. And then you've got this panel that you could use on cards as well. And we've got this design on the back. All right. Then we have this one here. So multiples of these as well. Again, you've got a nice big card front with your ornaments on it. Just trim it to make it fit. And then you've got the rest of the DSP that you could choose on something else. And then a more simple white sort of, but slightly patterned design there. Another sheet that you've got is this checkered plaid, what would you call it? This design here. So I should mention the colors. We are using real red, garden green, crumb cake, obviously, and some white. Is there any other colors we used? I think they're the main colors. So that's one side, and the other side is this kind of green star, which could look quite cool. And then we have, I found my other sheet for tags, so yes, it was 8. Then we've got these die cuts, okay? So you've got 2 of each, all right? And you've got all these little die cuts. So you can use them to decorate a card in one way or another, and you just, push them out. And they're obviously in the colors of the real red, garden green, and crumb cake. So that's cool. So we can make use of those. Now you can make your own card bases, which is what I'm going to do, or you could use some card bases that Stampin' Up! Already have. So if you're wanting to see where this Christmas Tags and More is, obviously you can look at it online, but if you want to find it in the mini catalog, it is on page 15. All right, so it's here. And there are some, what do you call it, mix and match envelopes that you can use if you don't have envelopes. And it's got that kind of checkered plaid sort of look on it as well. And there are more garden green and crumb cake, and then you could add this to it, or you could use your own colours and things. And you'll see this is what the card bases look like. So they've added a bit of white, they've added the ornaments, see how they've added some bows to it, so that's quite cool. And the envelopes match as well. So the idea is maybe you don't have a lot of supplies, or you want to make a card, but you don't want to get lots of stamp set and dies and all that kind of thing. Then you can mix and match and use things from here. Now, with today's card, I'm going to stamp and die cut my sentiments, but there's also this Greetings for You mix and match ephemera pack. Now, it's predominantly white, and it's very hard to see in here. I don't know if going close up will help you, but there's Merry Christmas, It's the Season, Joy, Season's Greetings. So these are like Christmas sentiments, and I hadn't actually ordered that, but I wish I had, because if the two combined, you could quite easily use this, maybe add a bit of embellishments or twine or something, and the sentiments, and you've got some nice quick and easy cards, as long as you've got either that or a card base. So check out page 15 if you want to make some cards, but you don't want to spend too much on stamp sets and things. Now, I'm also going to use today with mine, because I don't have that set, on page 23, I believe. Yes, this is the Traditions of Christmas Suite. You'll see it kind of here, but I like the sentiments. So these are the sentiments, and these are the dies for cutting them out. So it does coordinate with all this as well, and I've actually got the embossing folder, and I have these here so you can see them. They're quite, a reasonable size. I'm not going to open these because these are actually in order for someone, but I wanted you to actually see what they're like. But they work well, to embellish your card, so they're cool. So with my cards today, I'm going to use some of these traditional labels, which are part of the Traditions of Christmas Suite. All right, so one set is all greetings, and then one is your images. I'm just using the images because I'm going to use it with this paper. So very exciting. See, others have joined us. Excellent. Lovely to have you here today. All right, so let me show you. So what I've done is I have got some cardstock, and I'm basically got real red, some crumb cake, some garden green, and I'm going to use that with this. Okay, so to make some fairly quick cards. So my first card is very quick and easy. It's this one here. So I've used the ornaments, and I've just stamped at the bottom and laid it up. So I'm going to do another one. This is on a crumb cake base, but I'm going to try it on a real red base, and then you can see what you like. So let me get this, and we're going to cut this piece off here like so. So trim is good. Now, if you look at this, for our card bases, it's a little bit wide. Okay, so I'm going to trim it down. So let me show you so I've got my card base, which is half of an A4, so 21 centimeters by 14.85, scored at 10.5. And then I'm going to do a garden green layer. So that is going to be 10 centimeters by 14.3. And then I want this to be half a centimeter less. So that will be 9.5 by 13.8. So if I cut off one side, they're going to be a little bit sort of skew-iff. So if I look basically between there and my 9.5, I sort of want it kind of centered. So I think we can probably cut off a little bit more that side. It won't be perfect, but just to give us some idea. So we're going to cut a bit off that side, flip it around, and make it 9.5 wide. That's pretty good, actually. Now, it's obviously way too tall, and it depends on what you want to do. Now, because if I want to stamp "'Tis the Season" at the bottom, then I want to leave a little bit of room, and I cut that off. But I probably want it down a little bit. So I'm going to cut a bit off both top and bottom. So let's try about that much off the top. So you can adjust it depending on what you want. Then my actual length is 13.8. Oh, I didn't end up cutting too much off the bottom. Now this paper is already, looks like it's kind of been, what's the word, sponged and things. So it's already got that background, you know, created for me. So I'm going to stamp "'Tis the Season." So I'm going to use my mat, and I've got "'Tis the Season," and I'm going to stamp it in red, real red. Now, if I do mess it up, I can find a scrap and stick it over the top and show like it was meant to be. But if I want to keep it fairly simple and sort of one layer, we might go up a little bit this time. And I don't want to push too hard. There we go. That's good. I'll show you what happens if you push too hard. If you stamp and you press too hard, it ends up, you know, squishing the stamps and making them fatter. That one's not too bad. But the best thing to do with stamping is stamp it, hold, and up. So you're kind of resting it down so they connect and then lifting it up kind of thing. If you push too hard, then it gets, you know, ink around the edge and all that kind of thing. You don't want that. So just stamp down, hold, and lift up. All right. So basically for this card, all I'm going to do is layers. So we're going to do it like this. And like I say, one could add a little bit of extra to it, but for a quick and easy card, this is pretty good. A lot of the work has been done with that designer series paper, and we're just mixing and matching. So you could use the envelopes that they've got, or get some real red garden green cardstock and make your own bases. There we go. All right, so welcome to others that have joined us live today. Appreciate you being here. So with this now, if you remember in the catalogue, go back to the front pages. So here is that design, and they've added a couple of bows. So if we go back and look at our die cut pieces, we could add a couple of bows. You sort of want contrasting colors. I'm not sure if I will add them or not, but we'll just have a play and see delicately. So we could do that. We could do that. That looks quite nice, actually. And then we've also got it on the red base. So what do you like? So I'm going to take these off for a moment. Do you like the slightly more subtle crumb cake background, or do you like the deep red background? And then what do you think? Do you like it with this added? Did they add anything? And then they've used on this card here the season greeting from that, what do you call it, that greetings pack thing. And they've put, so they've put a piece like this down, and then they've put the greeting over it. So, you know, there's lots of possibilities. You could add, you know, some embellishment to it. You could even tie a real little twine or linen thread and put it on as well. All right. So red with bows. Yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah, I like the red too. I thought I'll make a crumb cake, see what it looks like, and then I'll make the red on the live. Let's see what happens if we kind of add this to it. That kind of might make it look nice as well. All right. I'm not going to stick them down at the moment because I'll take some photos of both ways and then share them on my blog and Facebook page and things as well. So that's the first card. Pretty simple, and I've just stamped there. I'll show you a slightly stepped up version. So this one here, I have added this. So it's a die cut. So it's from that traditions of, what's it called? Traditional labels. When you look at that, it looks a bit different to how it looked in the catalogue because the die cut shapes aren't behind it. But this colouring here shows that these different dies coordinate together, but that's not showing on there. So here's the season's greeting, and I've got a die cut that I did earlier. So it's a very busy page. Let's see if we can use this one. It's not quite so busy. Now you just got to make sure when you put your greeting on the block that it's curving in the right direction. All right, let's see how we can get on with this. First of all, we'll turn our stamp around the right way, and then we'll stamp it on. Hold it, but don't press too hard. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right. Now, because this takes up quite a bit of room at the bottom, would that fit? Oh, yeah, that does kind of fit. You may want to cut more off the top and have a bigger space at the bottom. Okay. In the end, they're reasonably similar. Actually, maybe that is slightly short at the top. So bear that in mind when you're cutting this. Think what you want around it. Do you want to set them at the top, the bottom? Are you just going to stamp? Are you going to die cut? And there you go. All right, now I've got one more card to show you with one of the other designs. So let's have a look at, where is it? This one here. So I'm not going to show you the card first. We will get to that. So I'm going to do what I did before, and I'm thinking how I can use these bits as well. They may not even be for Christmas cards. They may be for something else. So you could have something at the top, but I feel that that kind of needs to go that way. What do you think? Do you think it needs to go on its side? Right. So again, we're going to have to trim it down. I do tend to like the green and the red. So we're going to have a real red card base, and I'm just going to crease that. And I'm going to have a green, garden green matte, which I've buried. So that will go like so. And then this will be on here. But as you can see, it's too big. So we need to trim it down. So we need to decide, do we need to trim on this side? How much are we going to go over? So what are we going to put here? So this time I'm going to do a big Merry Christmas. So this one here. I could stamp directly on, and that would be the quickest and easiest way. But I've also got this die cut, which I quite like to use. And so I'm going to put this on here. So I probably don't really want to cut anything off this side, maybe that side, or just a fraction. So let's have a go of that. So we're going to, so if we cut there, we might still need to, about that much. Oh no, that's probably about right actually. Yep, perfect. Hopefully it's not too close to the left now. All right, and then we need to work out top and bottom. It needs to be a bit narrower. Bring back my paper trimmer, and I need it at 9.5. Maybe I should have taken a bit off top and bottom, because now it's sort of not quite symmetrical. Anyway, you live and learn. You see what I mean? It goes lower than that because I took that top bit off. Yeah, maybe I should have taken a little bit off top and bottom, but that's okay. All right, then we're going to put this here. So I'm going to stamp on that with my Merry Christmas. So it is quite big. I've already mounted it on my stamp. We're going to use our red again. So I see, oops, now we've got a blob there. Is that going to come out? I see quite a few of you are saying on your side too. I know that's all right. But it missed in the middle. That might just be the paper, actually. Okay, here we go. For real now. Merry Christmas. Oh, yay. That looked pretty good. You could stamp them individually, and then you might get them slightly closer together. But I just like the ease of... So you can't really put them much more together because of the spacing. But you could stamp Merry and then Christmas and then make it closer if you wanted. But that's okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is put that down, and then we're going to add some of our little die cuts to it. So that will go on with dimensionals, but let's put this on our card front. So you can see how this paper, with its printed images and things, can make quick and easy cards. Now, like I say, I've stamped, but if you don't want to stamp, just get the greetings pack as well, ephemera pack, and then you've got a whole lot of Christmas greetings ready to go too. All right, so that's like that, dimensionals. And then we're gonna, what's the word? Decorate it. So obviously this is a little bit more stepped up because we are using a die cut, but it's still quick, easy card to make. All right, I'll just take off the backs with this. Take your pick tool, always useful. And then oh no, can you see I've got ink on my hands? Ah, we might have to hide that somehow. Oh, that's no good. We'll fix that later. We'll try and be more careful. And my wipes are in the other room. Okay. So what were we going to do? So we're going to look at some die cuts that we can add that aren't too big. I'll show you one I've done earlier, and then maybe we'll do something different. So here's one I did. So I used the candy cane and the Christmas stocking. So I want something reddish here, kind of as a contrast against the green. We could do whatever on that side. So let's have a look. What should we do? I feel that would be too big and too busy. I don't really want sort of too much pattern. And we want red, don't we? We said red. We could do this. I don't know if that will... It's going to kind of cut into it. So no, that's not going to work. We could do a candy cane on this side. Yeah, this is quite a cute shape die. We could do that. And we could maybe put a green stocking on there or something. What do you reckon? So that's option one. Or maybe we could put a ornament on this side, like so. What do you think? Do you like the candy cane? Are you happy with that? Do you want the ornament, or do you want the... What else do we have? We could do some holly. That's quite nice then. That sort of ties together. How about we do that? So what I'm going to do with my dimensional is part of it's overlapping, but the top part isn't. I might actually just use sort of a half on the top half. So just up here. So that'll kind of fit. And then we'll glue the other bit on as well. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue here. And then we'll do that. For this one here, we've just probably need a dimensional at the bottom and glue on the rest. So again, we need just a narrow bit. So I'm just using, oh, that's still a bit too wide. See if I can trim it. What I find quite good is the edges, and you can just trim and cut a bit off like so. So use the whole sheet, not just the hexagon shapes, but the bits around the edge as well. All right, so that's going to lift up at the bottom, and then we're going to put a bit of glue around here and maybe like so. There we go. So I think what... Oh, someone said candy cane and stocking. Sorry, Jocelyn. I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Ornament. We're all saying different things. And then I've used something else. So that's what it would look like with the stocking. So that would work too. I quite like the green over there and the red sort of contrast. You could add maybe some of these, couple around if we were allowed to open them, but I won't because they're not mine. But here's a couple of examples. Which way should we go? That way. All right. So has anybody seen this before? Anyone ordered it? It's lots of possibilities with this. I love the way you can cut down these designs and then use that for something else. Obviously, you need to trim it to fit. And then these will be fun with some tags and things. So I'll have a think about how I can use those. So that will be good too. All right, there we go. So I'll show you the other cards. Where did I put them? And who makes Christmas cards and sends them? Do you guys? I think it's nice to have some Christmas cards and to send them. And these would be quite, quick and easy, but still fairly nice. So here's one with the 'Tis the Season, and here's one with the die over it as well. And remember, we can add some of those bows and things too, which I might have a play with later on. So Sheila's saying maybe her next cart. So she's going to add it to her order, which is cool. All right, very good. So any questions, do let me know. I'm just going to share a couple of different things with you. So if you don't yet have a copy of this catalog and you don't have a demonstrator, please reach out to me and I can send you one. There are also the online exclusive products which you can check out online, or if you go to my blog and click on the catalogs page, there'll be a link to download that, because there are some products that are only in the online exclusives and not in the catalog. And recently I uploaded onto YouTube a video which is a walkthrough both this catalog and the online exclusives. Now, that was part of my virtual event on the 5th of September, and I've edited it just to show the walkthrough part. It's about half an hour, just over half an hour, if you want to have a look through, because you can look at this and you miss things, but when you do the walkthrough, you'll get a good overview of what's in those things. So check that out. I'm glad to see that some of you still make cards. Excellent. Elizabeth does. Jocelyn does. So that's very cool. Good to hear. Some other things that I want to let you know about. So time sensitive for today. I don't know if you've been in my emails or looked on my blog. We have a stamp and stamp tool sale today. So 24 hours only. So if you've got some stamps that are on your, on your wish list, now is a good time to get those. 15% off. So yeah, make sure you order today for that. And if you need help ordering, reach out to me. But it's a good way of getting some of those stamp sets and things. So they may be things that are in the annual catalogue or the online exclusives or whatever. So it's not bundles, but just stamp sets and stamp tools. So stamp tools are things like your clear blocks, your stamping scrub, your stamping mist, all those kind of things that you use with your stamps, chamois, that kind of thing. Now I want to let you know, there's lots of things to let you know about. So also, and you'll get this benefit, and also for my customers during September, if you order through me and spend $75 or more before shipping, and that includes my shares, then you will get to go in the draw to win a glass mat studio. And if you do happen to have one already, then something of similar value. So check that out. And speaking of shares, if you are interested in a paper share, which is a great way of getting a variety of papers without having to buy them all, check that out on my blog as well. Sign up by the end of this week for that. And there's ribbon shares and cardstock shares as well. Now, I've also got the magic of heat embossing. It's an online class. So that was released last week and it went live on Friday. If you haven't purchased it yet, it's $27. Includes the tutorials for 3 cards, which are also fun folds, plus a heat embossing guide. So tips on how you can do successful heat embossing. And there's also a bonus tutorial. And those who have signed up already will get that bonus tutorial that'll go out probably tomorrow. And anyone who signs up by tomorrow will get that bonus tutorial as well. So check out that. And also coming up in October is World Card Making Day. So on the 4th of October in the afternoon, 5 o'clock New Zealand time, Stamping Up have a free event that you can register for, and I encourage you to register for. No cost for you. You can just sit back, enjoy and watch it and learn some things. You can also order this kit if you want to. It's the handmade and heartfelt kit for, I've forgotten the price. I think it's $68 from memory plus shipping. So you can get that and craft along if you want. If not, just even if you can't do that, just register, and because there's a free gift if you register as well. And even if you can't do it live, register, and then you can watch it in your own time within a certain time frame. If you're local to me and you want to gather, we can watch it together. So come over and watch it at my place. And if you want to order the kit, then you could order the kit and we can make that together as well. So you can do it on your own, watch it later, or come and join me if you're local. So sorry, lots of things today, but hopefully, reach out to me if you're not sure or got any questions and that kind of thing. So quick summary. If you don't have a mini catalog, then contact me and I can send you one. The online exclusives are in my, you can download that from my blog. if you are ordering from me during September and it's $75 and more, you go into the draw to win a glass mat studio or something of similar value. Today only is our 24-hour stamp and stamp tool sale, 15% off. So check that out and get those things on your wish list while you can at a discount. My heat embossing fun folds class, if you buy it by tomorrow, $27, you'll get, as well as the tutorials and the heat embossing guide, you'll get a bonus tutorial of an extra card. And then card making day is coming up on the 4th of October. So register, it's free, you get some freebies, and you can watch it live or later. You can order this kit if you'd like to, do it yourself, or come and join me at my place if you're local. So lots to share. I hope you enjoyed seeing today's cards, the ones that we made using that mix and match kit, the one with the long name. Let's see if I can remember what it is. It is called, I'm actually looking it up. So on page 15, it's the Christmas Tags and More 6x6 Mix and Match Specialty Designer Series paper. And remember, it's the Designer Series paper designed for cards. Paper you can use in a normal way, plus the die cuts, which make it really fun. Oh, I've just noticed the Christmas tree. That's cool as well. All right, there you go. So some quick, easy, fun Christmas cards. And remember, if you don't have Christmas stamps, there's the ephemera pack that you can get to go with it as well. And then it's all done, ready to go. Also on page 15. All right, if there's no other questions and things, I think that is all. So, yeah, so just remember, my live is also available, not live, recording of the walkthrough is also available. If you missed the walkthrough of the mini catalog and the virtual of the online exclusives of my virtual event, you can now watch the recording if you check out my videos on YouTube. All right. So thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you're on YouTube, then you'll get notified of these videos. Follow me on my Facebook page so you get notifications also. And I really appreciate you joining me. I hope you enjoy your crafting, your card making, your scrapbooking. And until next time, I will see you then. All right, thanks so much. And we'll see you again soon. Oops, and bye.